I don't know about you guys or how much this is going to date me, but my first gaming console or gaming platform that I have was the Game Boy. I got this a long time ago, probably when I was like 3 or 4 years old. I remember playing some of my all time favorite games on there, like The Legend of Zelda and Pokemon, and then eventually moving on to the consoles like Nintendo 64, PlayStation 2, and Xbox, and then so on and so on. But it all started with the Game Boy. And so let me know in those comments down below which video game platform or console was your first. Was it the Game Boy? Was it something else? Do you still have a Game Boy like this? Is it long gone somewhere in the trash? Let me know in those comments down below. Now, the reason we're talking about this is because a German physicist actually made Grand Theft Auto 5 playable on the Game Boy. So that just makes my head hurt as someone who was not great at all in math or science. Just even thinking about calculus kind of makes my head hurt. But a German physicist has found a way to make Rockstar's GTA 5 playable on a 1989 Nintendo Game Boy through the use of a custom built cartridge. That is insane. So I don't know who ended up first discovering this, but it's pretty much spread like crazy over the last couple of days. This physicist is Sebastian Stax. I'll leave a link to all of his pages in the description. I highly recommend you check out his stuff. It's incredibly cool. He's a physicist and a drummer from Germany, and he managed to play GTA 5 on a Game Boy using a Wi-Fi cartridge to stream the game. And as explained by Stax on his YouTube channel, the game itself doesn't run on the Game Boy itself. That would be practically impossible. He says, I'm playing GTA 5 on the Game Boy, but it's not running on the Game Boy. The game is rendered on my PlayStation and then streamed to the Game Boy via Wi-Fi. Conversely, if I press a button on the Game Boy, the input is sent back to the PlayStation so I can control the game. So I know what you guys might be saying. Well, he's just streaming it on there. It's still very impressive. And while streaming games from one device to another wouldn't typically be the cause for celebration, Sebastian's efforts here are incredibly impressive given the nature of the technology he's working with. He's working with a 1989 Game Boy here. It's not like he's going back to like a TV from 2007 or something like that. I mean, he's going back almost 40 years at this point, which is insane to think about. Now, in order to bring GTA's 3D moving images over to the device, Stax had to find a workaround for bringing an HD game to the Game Boy's 160 by 144 resolution screen. So I'm sure a lot of you guys right now are watching this on maybe like an iPhone or an Android device or a tablet or a monitor or a TV. Your TV might be in 4K right now. That resolution is going to be ridiculous. This resolution is 160 by 144. Absolutely tiny. And so to do that, his solution was to remap images from the game and piece them back together as tiles of pixels. So if you guys want a full detailed description on how he did this and overcame this problem, you can check out the full rundown on his YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. And once he figured out exactly how to overcome streaming the game's video imagery onto the device and found a way to transfer that data at an acceptable speed, he had a cartridge capable of streaming Grand Theft Auto 5 and pretty much any other game from modern hardware to the handheld at around 20 frames per second. Now, what's pretty impressive about that is that 20 frames per second is actually a lot better than you'll get in most Grand Theft Auto Online lobbies when you have a full session. It gets really, really bad when things start exploding, lots of cars everywhere. I mean, 20 FPS on something from 1989, that's almost unheard of. So this two-button olive green version of GTA 5 might not be the ideal way to play Rockstar's modern classic, but it definitely might be one of the most impressive. Not only that, but Stax has also since then stated he's been able to get the cartridge working on an analog Pocket 2, though with some small graphical glitches still to iron out. Now, in case you guys are wondering what the analog Pocket is, it's very, very similar to the Game Boy in terms of its design and in terms of, what you're going to obviously see on the screen and the look and feel of everything. So this is just incredibly impressive. There is no way I would be able to even fathom trying something like this. I can barely play GTA 5 on my PlayStation 5. Now, if you guys are really interested in the science behind this whole thing, I'll leave a link to his website in the description where he breaks down how he transferred the data from the Game Boy to the PlayStation and then transferred it back to the PlayStation to the Game Boy. It really is incredible. Like, I truly can't even imagine being able to do something like this. It kind of makes you wonder also if Rockstar would ever explore modern games for mobile devices. Now, doing something on a modern iPhone or Android device or tablet, I would say that's way different than doing something for the Game Boy. But I'm like you guys. I have my phone on me all the time. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on me all the time. Whenever I'm traveling, it'll be super fun to have a cool game like that to ultimately play. I mean, how easy would it be to play Grand Theft Auto on your phone? And I guess over the last year, we've started to see Rockstar branch out more and more. We know Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is going to be for VR on like the Facebook Oculus or whatever that's going to be. We know the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, is eventually going to be added for mobile devices. So I don't know if they're starting to lean in that direction. We obviously know the latest breaking news that Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two Interactive, just bought mobile game developer Zynga for $12.7 billion. So maybe this is the start of the mobile generation of GTA. The only problem I would run into and what I wouldn't want Rockstar to do is downgrade the console versions in order to make the mobile version work. I'd want them to come out with the console and the PC version and then say, okay, we're going to create a less hardware intensive version and we're going to build this out for the phones. In my opinion, that would be really cool. But I just thought this was an incredibly interesting find, and it's incredibly impressive by Sebastian here. I mean, it's amazing to see what people in the Rockstar community, in the GTA community, what they're capable of. And there are just so many smart human beings out there. It kind of makes me feel like a dummy at the end of the day. But anyways, I just thought this was incredibly impressive. I wanted to share it with you guys, get your thoughts, opinions, and more on that. And also, be sure to let me know in those comments down below or on my Facebook page where you can send messages, photos, videos, and more. What was your first gaming console? Was it the Game Boy? Was it something else? Was it a PlayStation 5? Are you a PC guy only? Let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.